back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. All right, you guys, it is the final, very last budget of the school year. That's right. School will be out for school is out for the kids. School was out for the kids on the 29th of May. School is out for teachers. The 4th is our last work day. The 5th is optional. So we have required work days up until the 4th. The 5th is non-required. And so some of us are working, some of us are not working, some of us are not working. I'm not working. I'm actually only working 2 days this week. I did not work today, which was the 1st. Hey, ma'am, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. I did not work today. I had an appointment this morning, and then Jackson had to be at school in order to be able to get potentially get a extra graduation ticket. We need two. We got one. So there is another open slot tomorrow afternoon. Hey, now from Pennsylvania. That he could actually go and grab tickets, but I have to work. Hey, Kim, I got to work out of town tomorrow, so I'm not working at my normal school. Hey, from Houston. And so what that means is we may not be able to go back and actually grab a second ticket. So they're only giving tickets to students, additional tickets to students who are in good standing, who have turned in all of their things, don't have any outstanding fees and any of those types of situations. So we may have gotten the last ticket we could get today. Unless for some reason he can grab a ride from somebody and go up there. I will not be available. I may check with my sister to see if she is available, but at the very least, we got one ticket for graduation. So graduation is on Thursday, and then we're having a brunch after, and then on Saturday we're having a second brunch. So we're having a brunch with friends, family, and then on Saturday we're just having my kids and my boyfriend, because he's not able to come to graduation. He would not have had a ticket anyway because we only have a limited number, and he would not have gotten one. And my older two children are coming in from California and Texas, and they have not met him in person. My daughter has talked to him on the phone. My son has not talked to him or met him at all. And I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about the big kids meeting him. The younger kids have met him with no problem. Shamika has met him in person. She met him at Christmas time. And but we didn't have a lot of time to just chat and talk and all the things. So anywho, that's not why you guys are here. This is the last budget of the school year. My school year runs August through May. So I just got paid on the 28th of May. That is my June finances. I'm sorry, y'all. I promise you, I've been sitting, I've been working, have not been tired at all. And as soon as this camera comes on, that is what happens. I gotta figure out if there's a solution to that, but I don't think so. So I'm at my last budget. Well, here's the thing, y'all. I think sometimes we just really, their tests, man, those tests be coming. I have had zero problems with my car since I've had my car for several years now. Several years. See, I keep all of my maintenance done. No worries. Everything is great. Well, the other day, I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago, Alana was getting in my car. We were going to pick up Jackson or something. And she said, Mom, why does your car sound like that? And I was like, I don't know. What does it sound like? And there's a slight sound. None of my dash lights are on. Nothing is lighting up, showing me anything that I need to be attention to. So my thought, and I'm hoping it's Holy Spirit that's helping me, is maybe I got another tank of bad gas, or two tanks, because I went to the Harris Teeter to get gas the last 2 times, and I typically don't go there for gas. I typically just go close to home and get gas. So I'm not sure if it's bad gas or, hey, now from Central Iowa. Thank you so much. I am so very thankful that we made it through the school year. And so the only issue is now I have to figure out, my car drives fine. I don't have any issues driving. It just sounds weird when I start it up to begin with and get ready. And it only started this, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, whatever the last day of school was, the 29th, because Jackson drove my car, and Jackson is not careful with he just be shifting in and out and doing stuff. Wait a minute, sir. What are you doing to my vehicle? And it started sounding a little bit weird right after that. So one of the guys in my church, Brother Wayne, is a mechanic, and he's gonna come by on Wednesday to just kind of take a look, see. If I need to go to the Toyota place, I'll just go to the Toyota place. Prayerfully, like I said, it was just a bad tank of gas. And it, because I'm just about out. Hey Bev, good to see you, friend. Hey y'all, good to see everybody. Prayerfully, I'm at the tail end of this tank of gas. I am going to fill up tomorrow because I have to drive out of town for work. So I'm prayerful that that's the issue. I don't know. And it is slightly concerning because, I'm not sinking funds for car maintenance until the end of June. And what happens if I need to get a new car? How do I navigate those waters with the limited funds that I have right now? And so before I was getting ready to do this video, the Holy Spirit's kind of dropped something in my mind. And so here's my thought, right? If for some reason this is a major thing and I need to get a new car, I don't have enough money at the moment to do a car payment. I know that for sure. However, I looked at my summer cash. My summer cash is a little bit over $7,000, which divided into 2 months, July and August, that would be $3,500. Typically, I've lived for the last 10, 12, 15, who knows how many years, on $1,965. That's what I've lived on. I'm increasing that by almost 1,500 this year, and it will be 2,000 next year. So those 2 months will be $4,000 a piece. 1965 is what I need for my base bills. Anything over that would be for sinking funds. So I was thinking, okay, Shakima, let's work this out. $3,000 over 10 months is $300. If for some reason I needed to do a car note, I could borrow money from the credit union. The credit union is more apt to let me borrow a larger sum of money for a vehicle if they can direct withdraw the payment out of my checking account. So if I went back to my $400 a month that I was taking out to begin with, and keep that extra $400 a month in my checking account, I could do a new car payment if I had to. I don't want to do a new car payment. We already pay for for full coverage auto insurance, so my insurance would not be terrible because we already pay for that. But I was thinking, how can I afford a new car if something's really wrong with my car? Like I said, there's no lights, nothing is on. Nothing is leaking. It just, I'm like, Lord, can it just, if it's anything, just a bad tank of gas. Because typically I don't go to that Harris Teeter, but it's close to where I was at the time. And so I was like, I'd get a much better rate at the credit union than I would anywhere else. And I know when I got money for this last car, the lady was like, this is how much we'll pre-approve you, but if you need any more, let us know and we'll work it out. And so, yes, I would get a very good rate at the credit union versus just borrowing it from the dealer. And so if I had to do that, I would definitely go through the credit union. But prayerfully, y'all pray with me. I need every saint that can pray. pray that when Brother Wayne comes Wednesday, because he can't come till Wednesday, that he doesn't see anything that is going to be detrimental. Y'all, that is a tick, I promise. That he doesn't see anything that's detrimental to the vehicle. And he's worked on my car several times and looked at things that have just kind of been a concern for me, and it's worked out. Now, how do I manage any repairs at the moment, right? So when he comes over, I give him a little bit of something to look at the vehicle. I'm just going to take that out of I'll take that out of my grocery money and give him a couple dollars just for coming out of his way driving and all that. If there is parts, different things that need to be purchased, I will put that on my credit card. That's just how it has to be for now. I'll pay it off, but I can float it out. If for some reason I have to buy, what I need to pay him, I have a little bit of money in different accounts that I can kind of pull together. He'd be much cheaper than taking it to the dealership. If I needed to take it to the dealership, I would do that with no problem because I have to have a vehicle. That is a thing. Even though school is out and we're getting towards the end, I won't be needing a lot of money for gas, so I could just pick and pull a few things from here and there and everywhere to make sure that I can float this month and be done. But that's just where I am. It really, you get to that point where you're like, okay, we're doing good. We're getting ready for this summer thing, and something just hits. That's why it's so important to have those sinking funds. And I know better. I know that I should have money in my car maintenance fund. I just don't have any money in there right now. It's just one of those years where I'm trying to play catch up in order to get ahead. You're playing catch up in order to get ahead. And that is what it is. Again, that budget was supposed to be approved, and we're supposed to get I'm supposed to get $1,750 in July. From what I understand, it has not been approved. So I'm thinking, you know what? But God's going to have to come through. That's just the only thing I know to be true, is that God comes through every single time, and I don't have to worry about the Lord. He always takes care of me, and that's just it. So while I have concern about that, making sure the kids and I have a way to ride and get around and do, I'm not going to stress over it because God will take care of me. He always has. Like I said, I have a couple things here and there. I was actually in South Carolina yesterday. Fifth Sundays, I go to South Carolina to have church with my dad's church. And my stepmom, her mother had just been put in hospice, and she passed away last night. So I know within the next few days to a week, there's going to be services for her. And if it is at a time that I can go, then I will be heading to South Carolina again for those services. That is the right thing to do. And I need my car to make sure that I can get from place to place. So if y'all would, again, like I said, just pray for me that it is something very minor, minute. It could be the spark plugs this time. I'm not real sure. Typically, I can kind of tell, but I thought that's what it was last time. And he said it was just a bad tank of gas. And so I'm prayerful that that's where we are. It just kind of sounds louder than it should. It eventually wears itself down where I'm not hearing that noise as much. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Her name was Miss Lillian, and she was always very kind to me. Sometimes it's hard being the step kid, and sometimes it's hard trying to prove who you are and your worth, and you're not a bad person. And sometimes people have preconceived notions about who you are, and she was never like that. She was just always very kind. And so yesterday after church, my stepmom says, "Are you coming out my way?" She's like, "I have to go to the grocery store." I said, "Well, I'm going to stop by and see Miss Lillian really quickly before I need to get on the road." And so I was very thankful that, and she was not aware. She didn't recognize me. She didn't wake up or anything. And so I knew, my mom having been in hospice, I knew we were kind of at the end, but I didn't want to say anything because people have to have their hope and all that. And so with that being said, I am thankful that I was able to go and just sit with her for a few minutes. Her other daughter was there when I went, and I just went and sat for a few minutes and you know, just talked to her other daughter for a minute or two, and then I came on back home. But I may for sure probably be going back for those services, and I need my car to function. So, anywho, y'all came for the budget. This is the last official budget of the year. This is it. We are done. All the bills are paid. I usually forget to pay bills if I don't go to work. It's something about going to work. I just remember pay the bills. But I had Alana send me a text, Mom, don't forget to pay the bills. And I paid them. And so we're going to jump in and fill in all of the spaces because I did pay bills today. So let's see where we are. All right, very good. So this is our MYMT personal spending worksheet. This tracks all of our weekly expenses. This is for June 2026. Now, here's where we are or where we stay at. I have my monthly payroll, which went in at $3,342.84. We did get YouTube revenue at the end around the 21st, 2nd of May. That money will go for next month's expenses for the business, and that was $185.13. That's the lowest amount of money that I have received in years. And I know that was my fault. It was because I had not been posting regularly. Now, I have videos posting, and I also have some lives, and I've got a couple videos that I'm working on editing. So I'm trying to have up a video, at least 3 videos a week, if not 4. But I can't do it every day, but I'm trying to have at least 1 video a week. And then I'm going to actually start doing my weight loss journey on Friday nights because I can do those live with no problem. I did my measurements today and all of my things. I do not have my medication yet. So it's just what I can do up until the medication gets here. And I'm going to just track to see if I was able to lose anything by sticking with my ChatGPT food plan and exercise regimen. So that's where I am right now. I have not received any child support, have not done any travel reimbursements. Actually, I forgot to put in for my travel reimbursement. I need to remember to do that. If you're on here and you are one of my regular friends, can you please send me a text message that says, don't forget your travel reimbursement for May, or just say May travel. Don't forget May travel, and then I won't forget because I'm actually going into the office tomorrow and I can do it. So no reimbursements yet, no unexpected gifts, blessings, or funds transferred. That gives me a total income of $3,527.97. Now, next month, when we do our budget, it's going to look totally different because some of these items will no longer be on here, and my tithe will not be on there because I do not tithe in the 2 months I don't get paid. I tithe my full salary in 10 months. So next month, when you see anything for church, it's going to just be an offering. It will not be anywhere near the number that it usually is because I've already tithed my salary. Now, my mortgage is $1,000. It's $993.18, but I pay $6.82 over to the principal. And so I did pay that today. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that down, take us to today is Monday the 1st. I did $1,000. I did pay over to the principal. My electric bill and utilities was like $122. I'm just gonna round it because I don't remember maybe it's $121.39. I believe that's close. My water bill was $93.44. Oh, bless it, it's getting ready to rain. A big storm. Oh, I gotta send Shamika the phone bill. That's $45. I did not do that yet, but I will. Oh, I did not even pay my internet either, and I need to do that today because it's due. Internet is $55. Moving down, I did get money out for Mr. Jerome. I got $120 out, and so that's in cash. sliding down. My Roth IRA will come out at $75. That's an automatic withdrawal. And then I'm just going to slide down. I did the taxes off of the 185 YouTube is 15%, which was $30. And so I went ahead and put that in the tax fund. All right, moving down. I did get my grocery money out. I got 200 out. I was going to get 300 out, but I had some credit card expenses that I needed to use, and I wanted to go ahead and knock some of that down. So I just brought my groceries down $100 to make that 200, and it's just going to be what it's going to be. What I realized is by me shopping at Dollar General every week, if I shop every week, I may not, then I'm able to get the 5 off 25. And then this week, because I went today to pick up a few things because the kids are still coming this week, and I got a 10 off of 40. So my Food Lion will match those, will accept those coupons. So if I break down my transactions into 2 separate transactions for the $25 each, the 5 off 25, I'm still getting some savings, right? I may not be able to get exactly all of the things, but I'm eating tuna, ground turkey, chicken breast if I can afford that, cauliflower, green beans, and my green beans are getting ready to be overflowing to plethora in my garden. So are my peppers overflowing in the garden. I will not have to use those expenses. And cauliflower rice. That's really all I'm eating. Anything in addition, sister's actually getting her groceries, and we're kind of sometimes sharing some stuff. If I do the cooking this week, if she wants me to do her cooking for her, we kind of share a little bit. But I'm eating the same things until I can get my weight under control, until I can get on a good foot. I'm not eating anything that's extravagant. So I figured the $200 or the $50 a week would be enough with what I already have in the freezers. And I'm really just buying turkey. I typically buy turkey every week. I don't necessarily get the chicken breast, but chicken breast gives me more protein than the turkey. So I may have to shift that around where I'm just getting the chicken breast, because that gives me like 32 grams. 5 ounces of chicken breast will give me 32 grams of protein, and I need it. Okay, so I did that. No summer groceries, but I did get out my monthly preps, and I used that at Dollar General. You'll see a Dollar General haul coming up explaining what I did purchase, and I got a lot of good stuff, and I still had $20 left over. I did 2 separate transactions, and I still had $20. If you're doing comments, I can't see them right now, but I'll catch them on the other side. I did go get my nails done. Now, y'all, let me tell you what happened. So I had a nail appointment this morning. Took off, no problem. It's a work day. I went in at 9, and the guy who does my nails, he's not the normal person. A girl used to do my nails, but she doesn't work there anymore. So then I started going to this other guy. So I walk in, and he's not friendly all the time sometimes. I think he's a little upset because I wasn't his regular customer. I was somebody else's, and then she left. I don't think it was a good situation, but she left, and then now I'm still trying to go to this place because it's close to me. But anyway, I walk in, and he's got his back to me. He's like, "Do you have an appointment?" I said, "Yes, I have an appointment." He's like, "Well, what time?" I said 9. And so he's not looking or whatever. And I said, "Well, I scheduled it with you a month ago when I got my last nails done. We put it on the calendar, and I took off today because I didn't want to be late for my appointment, you know." So he's like, "Well, I can help you. You can sit down, but I can't do your pedicure. So somebody else have to do your pedicure. Are you okay with that?" I'm like, "Fine, whatever. It's fine." So then he is on the phone with somebody else, and he's like, "I have to reschedule you. I double booked you." So I'm thinking, oh, he sees my appointment now, but he didn't want to see it when I was in there, because typically I'm paying $100 and then I'm giving a tip on top of that. Well, when I got up to the front, because the guy did my feet, his brother did my feet, and he was like, "Oh, 85." And I'm thinking, 85? I've never paid $85 to get 2 services of gel. I've never paid that less money because I had $100 out. And so I just said, no, I didn't need any change. I gave a tip. They could split it between the two of them. And I realized that because he had forgotten and he didn't do my pedicure, he gave me a discount some type of a way. But that was on him. And then so when I was leaving, he was working on somebody else. He's like, Shakima, just text me your next appointment. I said, fine, I'll text you when I get in my car. I text him July 1st, 9 o'clock. And he texts back, okay, that's fine. So we'll see. I don't know if they got a lot going on. There's a lot of dynamics happening right now. And I was thankful for the discount, but I did leave a tip. I was glad I didn't have to pull anything else because I kept thinking, okay, where am I going to pull tip money if it's over my price? Because I had cash and I just didn't want to use my card because they're charging extra. They've gotten a computer system in there now. You got to do the iPad, which they never had any of that before. So they get a little bit more technical with the things, and which is fine, but somebody's going to have to absorb that cost, and it's probably going to be the customer. So I wanted to make sure that I could afford it. But when he came back and he said 85, I was like, okay, fine. Here's my, I had the money. I had the cash. Sliding down. So y'all know I said before the medicine, I used my flexible spending card. So I did not have to use any of my cash money or my paycheck because I had money on my flexible spending. So that is already taken care of. Next month, I will have to pay for that. The next 2 months, I'll have to pay for it out of my money. But I am working. I have 2 paid. I'm waiting on one deal to pay. And then I'm finishing up a video that's a sponsored video, and hopefully they will pay. I haven't heard anything back from the videos already went out, but they haven't paid me yet. So we'll see. But I am working. Right now, I'm just really trying to send out my rate cards when people ask. I had another person come contact me again on Instagram today about working with them for a paid, and I have to check my emails and make sure. But I am trying to work on some more sponsorships so I can bring in a little bit more income, even if it's not just from this, but it will still be income to take care of those couple of things. All right, moving down. Gas. I did $200, which is typical. But I had to use some money for something. I had to think about what it was. Can't remember. Can't remember what I used money for, but I took it out of my gas money. Oh, I had to go to South Carolina, so that was an extra gas. I had to put extra gas for South Carolina. And then I didn't do any shopping. Something else. I don't remember. It's one of the reasons why I like to do cash, because I had to give an offering at my dad's church, and I typically do Cash App, but their Cash App was out. They had a different kind of a pay system and it's charge you 3% to run your card. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I had some cash. So I used that money for offering. And so that came out of that $50 for gas. So gas plus that offering, that was that $50. And I knew I was going to South Carolina. So I have to put extra gas in because by the time I got back, that gas was gone. Okay. Tithe and offering was $634. Now here's where I made an adjustment this month. Typically, $317 would go to this ministry right here. But I knew that I was going to have some additional expenses. So I did not do that this time. There are 2 other ministries that I do give offering to. 75 I used to give to one, and then I had split that $317 for both of those ministries. But this month I did a total of $150 for both of them. So I did 75 and 75. So that's going to save me a little bit on the back end, just trying to make sure I have money to cover everything I need. Now my tithe, which is a $634, goes to my church, my main, where I go to church and fellowship. The other 2 ministries, I just give offering to those because I do glean from those places. One is my ministry pastor's ministry that I'm a part of. And then another one is just something that the Lord told me to do. And so until he tells me not to do it, I do it. And so there that is, those two. But typically I'm giving a little bit more than that. I'm giving almost like 200 and some over that. So that saves me a little bit. But I did have to buy something. I'm going to go back up here to household miscellaneous. Okay. I'm going to say $37. So I have another video that you guys are going to see. I'm prepping some stuff for when the kids come, and I needed to buy something for the thing that I'm doing for the kids. And I had to order that off of Amazon. That was the cheapest place I could find it. And so I probably should have, because I'm filming that, I probably should have taken that out of the business account, but I wasn't thinking about it because it is going to be filmed. I wasn't thinking, but anywho, it is 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. It's all the same. The business expenses, I did put $126 over into that account. $19. What was that from? That was from the YouTube money, right? The $19 because of 185. So 19 went to tithe, and then $10 of that went to offering. $30 went to the taxes, and then 126 went to the business account. So that's why it says business expense. That just means I took it from my main checking account and plopped it over into the business account. I don't want to change those accounts because I'm just used to working with it the way it is right now. It's very easy to make a transfer with no problem. So let's go back to my main sheet. That's going to give us a total spent of $3,065.83. That's going to leave us with $462.14. Now, I still have several things, right? The car insurance for sure, but I'm going to take that from another batch of one mom income that's going to come in on the 7th. I'm prayerful because it should come in. The dogs, I've got to get their Simparica Trio, but they're also both getting a bath and nails trim. Now, Gwen has never had a bath with this girl before. Mama has. She's a mobile groomer, so that means she comes to me, which is very good because Mama will not get in the car to go to anybody, and she's very, very, so lots of people don't want to bathe her. In order for her to stay nice and healthy and have her nails trimmed and all that, it's worth the expense. And we didn't do it last month. We did the month before, and the girl was good. So I said, we'll come back this next month because I didn't know I was going to have car issues, but we already have those appointments scheduled, and that's just the way it is. So I do have to get them their bath. Plus, I also have to get them their Simparica Trio. There will be some extra money spent on for graduation, because Jackson, I must have missed. Okay. Thank you so much. I missed Jackson's graduation. So we're having brunch. Everybody's paying their own. I'm not even paying all my kids. Everybody's paying for themselves. I might pay for Jackson if his dad doesn't pick it up. If his dad picks it up, I'm not going to worry about it. But on Saturday, when we all go out with my boyfriend, we have bowling and we have the food. So I told the kids I would pay for the food, and I'm almost positive that he'll pick up the bowling or something. He's not one to let anybody pay his way. But the kids all know everybody's on their own. If he offers, that's fine. I'm going to pay for the food. I'm going to pay for at the bowling alley. They're pretty decent. I mean, what's going to bowling if you don't have bowling alley food? It's just a thing. But everybody's grown. They all work. They all have jobs except Jackson. We're going to take care of Jackson with no problem. But like I said, he is that individual. He's not going to let me pay his way. So I'm not worried about that. But I will have to navigate or put that in. I do want to get a few little decorations for the brunch for Thursday. Just happy graduation, blah, blah, blah. And over the next 2 months, I'm going to be getting the rest of the stuff from his registry. Thank you to everybody that did give him a gift. That was beautiful. But we still have some things on there that I need to pay for. And so we're going to look at the list and see what is absolutely necessary that he wants. Jackson don't want anything, but he has to have some stuff. And so we're going to spend the next 2 months getting everything. But that is. I mean, it's not grand or anything. The biggest thing that my heart worries about now is the vehicle, just making sure that my car is fine, and I need to make sure that that is tip top in good condition. If I have to take it to the dealership, that's fine. My sister knows another little place where she takes her car, and she has a GMC Terrain, and she likes that guy that works on her car. But I'm very skeptical about letting just kind of anybody work on my car, because I did that last time and they messed up my car, and I ended up having to get another car, and they kept trying to fix it and it never got fixed. It was worse after that. So again, if I have to take it to the dealership, that's just what has to happen. But for now, all the bills are paid except the cable. I'll do that in a minute. I forgot to do that one. And I meant the internet and my daughter for the cell phone. Outside of that, all the bills are paid. I made sure to do that today. And we're looking good, right? All the money is accounted for. I know there's still some running totals in there, but I have some things that haven't come out yet. Jim's haven't come out yet, mine or Jackson's. I will cancel his gym in or at least put it on pause in August, because he's going to be off at school and he won't need it here, and I'm not going to pay for it. I haven't put any money in his savings account just yet, but this worked out real well for us. He did an internship with our county system to work with the culinary program for this semester. And the program paid out a flat rate of $1,200 for the last 4 months, January through May. And he just got his paycheck today. They did take some taxes out, because he was looking at it. He was like, Mom, they took out. Yeah, they did, buddy. This is life. But he had a good amount to put into his money market account, which is he gets high interest on that one. But he had a good amount to put into that one. And he also received a graduation card in the mail from some friends. And so he put that money in there as well. Right now, his biggest goal is to just work for the summer and put away as much money as he can. And that's what we're going to be doing. So everything looks good. I'm not concerned, stressed, or anything about anything at this point. Stressing over it ain't gonna fix it. But I do have some rams in the bush. Like I said, Brother Wayne is coming on Wednesday, and he's going to make sure he'll let me know. He has a little machine thing that he can kind of say this or whatever. And so I'll just be waiting to hear from him. He's coming at 6, and it's still light until about 7:50, 8 o'clock. So if there's something that can be lickety split done, there's an auto place not far. We'll just get the parts, and Brother Wayne will zippity dip it on done, and it prayerfully. But I pray it's just a bad batch of gas, which you just can't tell these days. So I'm going to try to stick to the regular place that I normally go to, just to make sure that I'm not dealing with gas issues. But there it is, y'all. We have our cash out. I'm to stuff my envelopes. Mr. Jerome is coming tomorrow for the grass. We've got some updates about the grass. If you've been on my Instagram or my Facebook, you've seen some of that. We'll see, right? And then I have another thing. That was another deal that may help us not have to pay for grass much longer. I know we'll probably finish out this year with Mr. Jerome. I'm not necessarily sure that we will go into next year with Mr. Jerome, because it is just more expensive. And I've got now a couple things that help me not have to spend that expense. So just keep praying for us. Couple things, again, the car, but also pray that when people ask me to do products that they're interested in paying the rate. It's not overly exorbitant. I heard one lady say she charged my $25,000 to do one review. I said, my God, from Zion. I've never in my life. I mean, I know I'm not that person. I don't have that engagement or whatever you want to call it. I don't have 100,000 people viewing one video. So I know I could never right now at this point ask for that. Is very reasonable. It's just time. So I send out my rate cards. The most of the time people don't want to pay it and they don't want to talk further, which is fine. I'm not hurting for things. I have plenty of things. But if they are asking me, I do want them to receive my rates and pay those. That just helps us a little bit along the way as well. If these two that I have now would go ahead and pay, that would be more money than I made on YouTube last month, or even this next month coming up, because I did make a good bit over that. Puts us right back where we normally are. Still not over 300, but I still made a little bit more to get to some of these numbers that I know some people are making would be just amazing, but I'm not there yet, and we'll get there eventually. If you keep watching, you keep liking, you keep sharing, that just helps us. So anywho, Jackson's going to get off work very soon, and we need to do all of the things to pick him up. Do a favor, right? Like the video, share, subscribe, do all that. Make sure that you are subscribed. I know there's plenty of people on YouTube that I watch that I never see their videos pop up anymore. I am a Kimmy girl. I watch She's in Her Apron, and rarely do I see her stuff. Every now and then. And then also make sure that when you look at your little bell, that it says all, right? Because sometimes it knocks those. Well, we're just going to give you special notifications, like Marriage and Motherhood. I watch Gia all the time. I don't see any of her stuff. Lots of people that I watch consistently or had in the past, I never see their stuff come through. So just make sure you see it, because that just helps us. Keep encouraging, keep engaging with the post, keep doing the comments, keep doing the community tab. I'm going to try to post on the community tab, especially while I'm going through this weight loss journey. We're planning for 60 days. That's what I'm planning for. I'm going to count 60 starting the day that I take my first medication, and I don't have it yet. So I know today is June 1st, but I'm not starting my 60 days until I get the first medication. And so once that comes, that'll be day one. But I am going to just kind of, I'm doing my eating plan. Like my window should close. I haven't had anywhere near all the food I should have eaten today, because we were out working on some video stuff, and then Jackson had his stuff, and we were just gone all day pretty much, and then out in the yard. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. You're going to do it. Y'all going to watch me do it, and it's all going to be well. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys is do your budgets, right? Just try it, especially for those of you who want to do it, but you haven't been brave enough. Just do it. What is it going to hurt you to see where the money is? I know that I've spent, and I shouldn't probably have. That's okay. I'm going to have to make up for it on this back end. But as I'm moving forward, my spending has got to come. I've got to hone it in, because anything could happen at any time, and I want to make sure that we are prepared for it. So anywho, like I said, got to get Jackson from work. And I'm still not feeling well. I have been feeling unwell for close to 3 or 4 weeks now, and I'm still not feeling good. We Cloroxing, we doing all the things, and I'm still just not feeling good in my chest. Anywho, y'all pray for me. Pray the Lord's health over me, health, life, and strength. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you guys on Sunday for an update. Y'all come back now.